I'm live. Good morning. Got 3 people on right now. Who all we got on? Four people. We are tying a jig that's going to J.R. Odom and Outlaw Rods today. Everybody that's on, let me know who you are and where you're from. See if I can't get a live chat set up here where I can keep track of it. I don't know if they just turned it on or turned it off. There we go. Now we're set up. And don't forget, if you get on, hit that like, hit that thumbs up. That keeps the algorithm up and going. It keeps more people coming, and it keeps YouTube pushing my videos up to the top. So if you don't mind, please hit the thumbs up as you come in. I'd greatly appreciate it. It costs you absolutely nothing to like it. We're going to start with a thread-based body with the little Sally Hansen's on it. We're going to do a good thick base on it to start with. Trying to see if my live chat's working. It did. Worked on my phone, but didn't work on the TV. Let's try it again. All right, so in this one, we're going to be using all white hackle feathers. I've already got them pulled off from where they're strung all on the pack. I'm going to take 2 feathers. I'm going to stack them right on top of each other. I'm going to try to line the spines up together, but if I don't get it completely lined up straight, I don't really worry about it. So I might end up with something like that. I don't get real picky on how I line my feathers up. That's what I'm going to start out with, and I'm going to cut it right there to length, right there where my thumb's at. And then when I move it up a little bit, it's going to give me exactly what I want sticking out. Usually if you got a peak rotary vise, usually the bend right there in the middle of that V, that's a good guide on how long you want to make your feathers when you're doing a hackle jig. And we'll try that. We'll see how close I got it. We'll measure it here in just a second. We'll see how long we got it. So we're just about right in the neck of that V right there. If you're using a peak rotary vise, that's a good guide to go off of. I'm going to do loose thread wraps all the way to the point of the hook, and then when I come back, then I'm going to tighten it down. So you can see I don't have them, Tommy Ward, good morning, buddy. You can see I don't have them perfectly lined up. I kind of like mine a little more erratic. It gives it the look that I go for when I'm tying a jig. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another one going off that side, and I'm going to put another one going off that side, and then I'm going to put some flash in it. So I'm going to pull off 1 feather, about the same length. Like I said, I've kind of gotten to where I can do it. I can kind of feel it and see. These aren't really the best feathers in the world. I don't really like that rounded lobe on them. I like them a little more pointed, and sometimes you can get it to where it kind of works out that way. But we're going to cut that one off right there where my fingers were. I'm going to lay the jig over on its side. And then I'm going to tie that one in. I'm going to go back to this side, and I'm going to put 1 more going off this side. So I'm going to end up having 4 pieces of hackle in this. That tip right there, I'm not even going to use that one. I don't like how rounded that one is. Let's cut it a little bit better. We're going to pull it off. I get pretty close. I can guess I'm pretty close just by the way they feel. We're going to lay that one right on the side. right to the point of the hook. And we're gonna pull that up pretty tight. We're gonna wrap that wrap pretty tight. You can see how the jig's going up and down. You can tell I got some pressure on that. And I got we're gonna flash this. I've flashed mine kind of heavy. And I just separate it out and do it just about like you did the hackle. Just kind of get about that same length. And there's some in there a little bit longer because I kind of got that flash cut up a little bit. And then we're going to get it on there, and all them extra long ones we're going to trim down. But I lay mine right there, right in the middle, and that goes in tight also. And we're going to clip out all of our extra ones. Give it a little bit of a haircut, just like that. That's how much flash I got in it. Like I said, I'm not cheap with my flash. I put quite a bit in it. There are 15 people watching. I got 5 likes. Folks, if you don't mind, please hit that like button as you're coming in. And we're going to put our chenille on. I'm giving it a little bit of a twist. I'm rolling it some. And we're going to pull it over on the other side of our thread. We'll go around it, wrap it. And I'm going to pull it back over, wrap it again. And then I'm going around the head one more time with this. And we're going to strap that in. And this is Pearl Chenille root beer. It's medium in size. Root beer in color, medium in size. And we're almost done with that. So I'm gonna pull all that chenille back. And I'm gonna wrap it right there just to keep it all out of the way from when I glue the eyes on. I don't want that all back up over top there. Do whip finish. Man, y'all are quiet this morning. Anybody got any questions? I'm tying these up. Like I said, these are going to J.R. Odom at Outlaw Rods. I'm tying myself up some. I got a guide trip on Sunday. I got Saturday open. If anybody's in the area and interested in one, send me a message. I'll be on Palm de Terre Lake trolling crappie jigs. Thomas Lawson, good morning. How are you today? And we're going to use the Illuma UV. Illuma UV resin on it. Get a good nice coating over top of it. Trying to keep it out of the eye. Where you tie your line at. And that one's ready to go in the UV box. We're going to change sizes. I'm going to go to a 16th ounce now. We're just going to tie them up. Y'all got any questions? Ask as we go. Palmer chenille looks good, but hard to get it to lay right. I'm not sure what Palmer chenille is. I don't know if I've ever heard of that. I've ran into other different kinds of chenilles. Some of it, you're right. Some of it does lay weird. Some of it's kind of hard to work with. I'd have to look into that and see what Palmer chenille is. I'm not sure if I've ever heard of that. And it's possible I have. I might have some and not even know that's what it is. Two hackle feathers stacked up on each other. I'll smooth them down just a little bit. I've got a couple weird packs of hackle that kind of more rounded than they are pointed. I like to work with the pointed hackle a little bit more than stuff that's rounded. And cut that one just a little bit short. If you do cut your hackle a little bit short, just move it back on your shank of your hook when you tie it. It'll stay in there. It'll still work.
We have a 25% off sale on our Etsy shop for all jigs.
25% is quite a bit. Let's go 15. Let's start with 15. And a lot of these jigs I'm tying, it's long and hairy, but finer than polar. I think I might know what you're talking about now. Pretty sure I know what you're talking about. The best way, you know, some of that stuff, the best way to tie it is, you know, you get that first wrap of chenille, you know, from the head to the point of the hook down, or even if you started from the midway back, kind of hold it back as you're wrapping. Yes, I do use sickle hooks. I use sickle hooks a lot, and I'm pretty sure every jig that's on my Etsy page is sickle hooks. I usually only use J hooks if somebody requests them. For so long, I had so many people that was all they wanted was the sickle hooks. And myself, I kind of prefer the sickle hook because it seems to me like when you catch a crappie, that hook is in the roof of its mouth and not off to the side. You know, that's just kind of my opinion. That's kind of what I've noticed. It seems like a lot of tournament guys prefer a J hook, a J steelhead hook. And some of those steelhead hooks, you could almost winch your boat up on the trailer with some of those hooks. And I warn a lot of people when they buy those to either make sure you got your drag set right, or you can break your line, because a steelhead hook will get you in trouble if you're not careful.
Okay. 15.
Glenn, I've been doing pretty good, man. How you been? And this chenille being medium and tinsel, I always start it up here at the head and come back to the point of the hook, and that way I'm bulking the body of it up a little bit more by doing that. Some people I'll see, they'll run that chenille back and forth twice and build the body up really thick. I like mine where they're a little more streamlined. I'm really like if you was a crappie and you were looking up underneath of it, a shad's got, you know, kind of thin on the bottom, kind of got a wider head, kind of thin across the belly, and then kind of open up where their tail's at. And that's what I try to mimic most of my baits. I try to make them have that profile. And then I'm twisting this chenille, you kind of see it turning. And that's going to help build it back just a little bit more.
Let me know when he's done.
I did.
I was busy.
I was too. All right, this is probably the last one I'm going to tie live. I got some stuff I got to take care of. But yeah, we'll probably start doing this probably every day, I'm pretty sure. But we're going to cut this one a little bit short. And I got that chenille wrapped weird. Let's go back up here to the start. It started going that way on me. There we go. And I was pulling it a little bit tight, so it was kind of giving grooves in the middle of the body. I still really don't like that one. It'll work though. Back over the head, around your chenille. Let's do the chenille over one more time right there. Then we're gonna cut it loose. And we're gonna move that chenille out of the way while we tie it. And if you're not putting eyes on them, you really don't have to worry about pulling them back like that. But since I'm putting eyes on all these, I want that chenille material out of the way. I don't want it up on the head when I UV resin coat it. And this is a 16th ounce pill head, and we are using 5mm eyes on these. A 16th ounce pill head or freestyle, it'll fill up. It's probably just a little bit too big for this, but I kind of like oversizing mine. So you got a little bit bigger eye, it'd probably go better with the 4, or maybe the 16th needs a 5 and the 8th needs a 6. There we go. That's a cool looking jig. It's got some pretty cool colors in it. I wasn't really sure about this color jig, but my pro staff guys, Team Livingston and J.R. Odom, have been catching a ton of crappie on this color. They request this one quite a bit. They swear by it on Stockton Lake. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble on YouTube by saying what the name is. Send me a message, I'll tell you the real name of it. Cedar County SL-T is the name of that jig. But I'm gonna get off here. I got something I gotta take care of. I thought I'd be on here a little bit longer than that. Things come up though sometimes. I'll be back on tomorrow. If you haven't yet, subscribe, hit that bell, let you know when I'm on live. Send me messages, questions. I'll try to answer every single question I get. And if you haven't yet, please hit that like. That keeps my videos up toward the top. It keeps YouTube pushing my stuff. Keeps my algorithm moving right. It's not, it don't cost nothing to hit the like button. You know, so if you don't mind, please. And I will be back on tomorrow, and I'll probably be painting eyes on jig heads. So we'll go over how I paint the eyes on jig heads.